health conversations, a lot of mental health campaigns. A lot of it goes into telling us what we need to do to make sure that we are okay upstairs, okay? But there's a lot we assume, sindio Alice? Kwa sababu tukiongea hivi, especially our African culture, I never want to assume that most communities wameelewa kwamba lazima utengeneze environment ambayo any patient uko naye kwa nyumba anaweza thrive, akwe poa, sindio? Yeah? So wewe ukiongea maybe with your friends or hata wazazi wenye wako na watoto wako na epilepsy or other people, huwa unawaeleza aje hiyo importance ya tafadhali elewa watu wako, unaona, create your environment wenye wanaweza kwa poa.
Some patient unakuta if you're having some stuff that mtoto ataanguka ata injure her ama himself, you have to put those things aside. Like a sharp object, kama kuna visu ama pale unajua kuna anaweza anguka hurt him ama herself, you have to avoid. Secondly, kama vitu kama kupika, mtu astahili kuingia jikoni until ako stable.
Right.
Get place ya kuchota maji.
Usimwambie eti hapo uko lazy, bwenda upike hapo.
Uko lazy, umezoea sana.
Umekaa tu hapo hatutaki kusaidia.
Yeah. You have to avoid because wengi wao daktari atakwambia huaga wanakuja wakiwa they are burned, amechomeka. So nana, some people they don't have people who can stay with them, they stay alone. But kama kuna relative anaweza jitolea, they stay with them, waweze kuwasaidia. Places kama maji kwa mto kuchota, place unajua these things are risky, place unajua kuna machines involved, unakuta wengine hata hawana vidole, wanaikatika vidole. Place kuna mashini, unajua hii place ni risky, you avoid. Utafuta jobs, unajua hata kama ni mtu anatafuta kazi unajua you won't risk your life for that.
Okay. Now, Daktari, give us those extreme cases, as Alice has mentioned.
Yeah, he's given us a very good example in that the family support system.
Yeah.
You need someone at least. Hata kuingia kwa jikoni, it's okay. But make sure that someone is always there watching you. Make sure that someone is making sure that you're safe. Because at the end of the day, it all comes with safety. Your safety comes first. Because most of the time you'll find that the injuries that persons with epilepsy get is not because of the seizure per se. It is because that seizure got him when he was alone, or when he was with people who did not really understand what to do. So if only they would have understood what to do in such a situation, the person with epilepsy would have been safe and the injuries would have been avoided. He's brought a case of fire. Most of our patients you'll find wako na burns because during that time ya seizure aliungua, kwa sababu labda mtu alikuwa kando yake aliogopa kumshika kwa sababu atapata ugonjwa. So aliachwa akaendelea kuungua. Yeah, so we always advise on first aid. We educate the community about first aid so that they understand what to do when such a situation happens. And when now we come to the other aspect here, the mental stability. We are living in a society where so many wrongs have been normalized to be right.
And give us those perspectives also, those wrongs that are made right.
Yeah, so you'll find that in the current population, so many people drown their stress in drinking. Most of them will hide their incapabilities in alcohol and stuff and the other drugs, just to try to escape the reality of life. And when that is happening, you are exposing yourself to epileptic seizures. Because as we said initially, lifestyle is a major factor in epilepsy. And you can get epilepsy at any age. So don't assume that I'm okay, I'm an adult. People assume that everyone with epilepsy was born with epilepsy. Not all of them were born with epilepsy. Some of them got epilepsy through the life frustration, through the mental stresses that they were going through. So it is important to take care of your mental health to ensure that you don't get epilepsy.
Okay. And let's speak about the different types of epilepsies before we come to Alice.
Okay. Now, people assume that epilepsy is that falling foaming and biting your tongue. That is the one that is most common.
Yeah.
Epilepsy has 8 types of seizures. And these types are divided into 2 broad aspects. We have the partial seizures and we have the generalized seizures.
Okay.
Now, in the partial seizures now we have 3 types. We have the simple partial, where there's just a movement of a particular part of the body, depending on which part of the brain was affected. By which part of the brain, I mean, when a seizure happens, it's the electrical discharge that has been produced within your brain. Our brain work through electrical discharges. You have to produce electrical discharges within your brain so that it can work properly. But there is a limit. Now, with people with epilepsy, there is the overproduction of that electrical discharge.
Okay.
Yeah, so when that happens, now that is now where we now start categorizing this is generalized or this is partial. If it affects a part of the brain, only a part that controls a particular area, that is under the partial seizures. Okay. And if it happens that the whole brain was hit by the excess electrical discharges, it is electrocution, literally.
Wow.
Yeah, when it hits the whole brain.
Literally electrocution.
Yes. So when it hits your whole brain, now that is where we say it's generalized seizure. So in partial seizures, we have simple partial. The part of the brain that controls my hand was hit. So there will be movements in my hand. I can't control them, but I'm alert. Then we have complex seizures. The part of my brain that controlled my hand was hit, but I lost consciousness for like less than 15 seconds. Then I came back. Then the third one is now, I started as simple, where the hand was just moving. Then it went to complex. I lost consciousness a bit. Then it translated into the generalized.
Right.
So it is progressing with time. And there is the non-categorized ones, where you can't really tell which it is. Then we have the generalized seizures. We start with the one that is known as absence. The absence seizures is where we are having a discussion. They just go blank. I'm just staring. No movement. You're calling me, you're communicating to me, but I'm not responding. Because at that moment, I've lost consciousness.
But you are still...
I'm not falling down,
You're still in the state that you are...
Yes.
Okay.
Then after some few minutes, I'll come back. Basically, I just lost consciousness, but after a few minutes, I came back. Then we have the second one is the tonic seizures. Tonic seizures is where we are having a discussion now. I stiffen, but no movement. But I've lost consciousness. I'm not aware of the surrounding. It happens after a few minutes, then I come back again. I just stiffened. So that is tonic. Then we have clonic.
So hold on to that.
Yeah.
You'll give us the rest. When we come back after the break. We'll be back. Stay with us.
The biggest reggae and rhythm show ever on Kenyan television.
You have a ganja man and you wanna pour